Hello, good morning. I'm Sondra Orozco, and I'm excited. There you go. I'm excited to tell you a little bit about some of the extensibility enhancements that are coming to Looker 6. With these changes, we're providing more power and ease for LookML developers and Looker administrators to make it easier for you to scale and do more things with Looker. Coming to Looker 6 are model folders. I heard a rumor backstage that this might be a crowd favorite. So with model folders, you'll be able to manage the size and complexity of your model. We know that many of you have LookML projects that are very big, that have 100 files or even more. And we know that listing that many files alphabetically doesn't always make sense. So with model folders, you'll be able to organize your files in a way that makes sense for you and your organization, so that you can quickly navigate to the file that you need when you need it. We're also bringing you field permissions. So today in Looker, you can already allow or restrict data access on a row level. With field permissions, you'll also be able to allow or restrict data access on a column level. Let's take a look at an example. So let's say I have one user in my organization, and I've written a model for this user that gives him access to some customer data. So user number 1 has access to a date created field, a first login field, and an email address field. This works great. User number 1 is very happy. But let's introduce a second user. And this user should not have access to email addresses. Email addresses are, after all, PII. It's personally identifiable information about our users, and I should restrict PII to only members of my organization whose job function requires that they have that access. And in this case, user number 2 doesn't meet that requirement. So previously, I would have to maintain 2 separate models just to handle the differences in permissions between these 2 users. But with field permissions, I'll be able to apply an argument just to the email address field in a single model. And that argument will restrict data access from user number 2, but will still allow user number 1 to access that email address field. So with field permissions, you'll be able to protect your data more effectively at enterprise scale. Robust data validation is another analyst tool that we're excited to deliver in Looker 6. With data validation or results validation, you'll be able to write unit tests into your model to make sure that every change that you make to your model continues to produce correct results. So for example, let's say that you know that revenue on March 14th, 2017 was equal to a specific value. You'll be able to write tests into your model that check to make sure that that revenue computation for March 14, 2017 always equals that exact value. If it doesn't, your test will fail, as you see there. And you'll know that there's a problem with your model. These checks are going to help make sure that LookML developers do not accidentally produce erroneous results. And you'll be able to sleep more soundly at night. We expect that there are probably a bunch of other cool use cases for this functionality. For example, you could use Looker as an integration test for your ETL pipeline. We're excited to see some of the cool and creative ways that you guys take advantage of this functionality. Coming to Looker 6 will be LookML support for MongoDB. MongoDB has over 30 million downloads and is one of the most popular application databases. Looker currently supports 47 dialects and counting, and we're excited to add MongoDB to that list. Security is at the core of everything that we build into the Looker product. And so we're excited to announce that we recently received our SOC 2 Type 2 certification. Type 2 certification is a test of operational effectiveness. It demonstrates that our security controls are operating correctly over a 6-month period. We're going to retest for this certification every 6 months with a third party and continue to uphold this high standard. We're also actively looking at other compliance opportunities for Looker. And on the note of security, with Looker 6, we are upgrading our encryption key management. So we're going to be elevating Looker to enterprise-grade security and processes for encrypting data at rest in Looker. So during one of our regularly scheduled upgrades, all of our Looker-hosted customers are going to begin taking advantage of Amazon's key management service, which is going to handle all of the key management activities like generation, rotation, and deletion. Our self-hosted customers will be able to choose an encryption key service of their choosing, bringing Looker in line with your own corporate security policies. And with these changes for all of our customers, that means that we are moving to AES 256-bit encryption, something we're excited to deliver. And finally, I'm excited to share some advanced tools that we're currently building for Looker administrators, coming soon to Looker 6. Many of you may already be familiar with the usage dashboard, which exists in Looker's admin section, or even the iLooker Explorers, which are a little bit hidden in the product today. Well, we are overhauling all of that. We're building a new model and pre-built dashboards to help Looker administrators stay on top of everything that's going on in their instance. With the new system activity model and dashboards, you'll be able to peek under the hood of Looker. The system activity model, much like the iLooker model before it, connects directly to Looker's internal application database. But with this new model, we're going to make it easier for you to find and understand all of the data behind this powerful model. So we're bringing you 3 pre-built dashboards. The first is a user activity dashboard, which will show you some high-level stats about your users, weekly activity, activity across different groups. And down at the bottom, you can see lists of your top users and even your unengaged users. The second dashboard will show you content activity. So this dashboard will tell you about your looks and dashboards and schedules, all of the stuff that your users are building. I can see here 87 new looks were recently created. I might want to drill in there and see what cool stuff my users are building. I can see popular content and also unused content. Unused stuff is stuff I might want to consider cleaning up or potentially providing training to my users to get them more engaged. And finally, the performance audit will give you a high-level view of how smoothly things are running in your instance. I see query data at the top and have some resources to help me improve these metrics. Below that, I have concurrency. I immediately can see that all of my PDTs are running at the same time. I might want to spread that out over the early morning or late evening. Further down, performance details is going to show me some average runtimes. The pink bar here shows me that one of my connections has an average runtime of 45 seconds. Definitely an area for me to optimize. Further down in exceptions, I can see some of the errors that my users are running into. And on October 1st, it looks like there were a bunch, so I better go troubleshoot. And finally, my PDT builds look like they're running smoothly. Fantastic. So these dashboards are going to give you that high-level view of everything you need to keep a pulse on. But you know we can't stop there. We definitely want to give you the flexibility of all of the explorers behind these dashboards. So unlike iLooker, the System Activity Explorers will be accessible right here from the Explore menu. For admins, you'll immediately get access to these explorers and the pre-built dashboards. But you can also set a permission for non-admins who you want to have this access as well.